Ricardo. Juan. Roboticus. Ken.
You descended the stairs and found yourselves in pitched combat with a Grick, a Roper, and some sort of not invisible but chameleon-like cloakish creatures. You ended up dispatching all 4 of them and continued onwards, making your way to the first of the 2 fountains that you had to find within the stairway. These fountains, the first one that you found, was within a ruined, and actually I'll bring this back up, I think I still have a photo of this up on Owlbear. The first of the 2 fountains was in a... maybe I don't have it still. It was within like a temple on the edge of a subterranean lake, which you could not see all the way across, nor could you tell how deep it was. You did, however, gain a surprising item, a boat that could collapse into the size of a box that you can now carry with you. I believe that it was Roboticus who took that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
After a long rest at this location, which you deemed to be safe, you then made your way onwards, down the stairs further, coming to the point that you see here. 3 exits. One, where the little golem creature is. The second, just beyond, with a fountain of fire where you are currently. The third, across the bridge that is beginning to collapse, continuing further down the stairs of Angabondar. Within the room with the fountain of fire is a 10-foot square, self-contained fountain, nothing else in the room. Fire is lit all across it, and in the center is a column of fire 10 or 15 feet tall at different times, nearly touching the 15, 18-foot ceiling, you suspect. The room itself is square. It's 20 by 20, with the fountain directly in the center, so you're able to move around the fountain at will. In the center, I believe we ended with one of you spying that there is what appears to be a rectangular sort of 2-3 foot long piece of stone sticking into the center of this fountain. And at the description of Ken, you believe that it is similar to the keyhole down the golem hallway, I'll call it, with a 10-foot tall door. And this was an enormous, I believe it was like a 15-foot door, but it was like 10, 15 feet wide as well, just these enormous double doors. And it was closed with a single diamond-shaped keyhole that it looks like needs some sort of object inserted into it. Is there anything you guys would like to do, talk through before we kick off?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So you find yourselves in the room of fire. What would you like to do?
So the flames are on, you said?
tank.
Like there's actual
Yeah.
fire?
Fountain is
Ah.
entirely lit with flames.
Yeah, we got to get that thing out of the center of the fire.
So
Probably.
I assume Ken has like fire resistance, right?
Yeah, but it still hurts me.
Yeah,
Try to
I think
grab the thing out
you're
of
gonna
it?
have to take one for the team there, Ken.
I don't know about putting out the fire would be a good idea or not.
Ken looks around and he's like, this fire here. He's like, this is either some sort of magic or mechanical. He's like, maybe there's a switch or a lever, and like starts scratching his head.
All right, we'll play it your way, Ken.
Well, he wants to look around before he just shoves his fucking hand in this fire.
Yeah, should we, like,
Because
investigate
although
the,
Ken is resistant, it's still gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to be clear, you are going to have to, like, because it's 10 feet across, you're almost assuredly going to have to enter the fountain to retrieve the object if that is something you wish to do.
Oh man, you have to fully go in.
Yep.
Almost
hold on.
assuredly.
What
Luckily,
about,
I'm really fast, so.
So how tall? You said the flames are taller than this object, but we can like see in it. like see
Yeah,
it
so-
in the flames? Okay.
So there's like a 2 or 3 foot retaining wall that is the entrance into the fountain. The fountain itself, from what you can tell through the fire dancing and casting different shapes and shadows, appears to be at floor level within the inside of the wall. It goes up to roughly waist level, however, in general within the fountain. And then the column of fire in the center, nearly touching the ceiling,
Oh.
appears to be 2 or 3 feet in diameter, and then it's like a column, like a pillar that will jut up like a geyser, anywhere from 8 feet at its minimum to almost a full 18 feet to hit the ceiling.
Okay. And that's where the object is within that column?
The object is within the center of the column at the
Okay.
bottom of it in the floor, stuck into the floor.
All right. Maybe we got to put out the fire then.
Ken
Maybe that's
just imagines it's probably in the hardest to reach place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look around like the circumference of the fountain, see if there's like
Yeah.
switches. buttons
Let's
or
do a
something.
group check. As a group, we'll help each other.
Yeah. If you guys want to make a check, go for it.
What is my guy's name?
I'm
I don't even have my player sheet up yet. God
I was
damn.
hoping
Dirty
somebody
20.
else would do it because Ken is not
Yeah, I think I've.
seeing things.
Well, I have perception. Can I do a perception?
Investigation
doing
is my
it?
guy's
Juan rolled a
Plus
20,
7.
but he has a -1, so it gets a 19.
It's still a
Ooh.
crit. It's still a crit.
Yeah.
So we had a nat
Uh,
20 and a dirty 20 all in the same roll.
Okay. Roboticus and Juan, you go in different directions around the fountain. Roboticus, you use your detailed knowledge of mechanical workings, and between glancing in the inside of the fountain, walking around the edge, and searching, Juan, you go around, and as you both come to the opposite side, and you come side by side, you kind of look at each other and you're like, there's nothing here. There is no button. And Roboticus, it dawns on you, you don't even see a mechanical object. There's no mechanism that is causing the fire to be lit. In fact, you believe that has to be magical.
While you guys are checking, Ken's kicking pebbles into the fire.
All right, I got.
I guess I'll
Uh,
take a seat and cast identify on it.
Alright.
See if
And
we can.
Ricardo would go up to it and ask it to ask the room if he could have the key in the middle of the fire.
Roll a persuasion check.
I was also wondering if maybe your bow would do something since it's been blessed.
Yeah, well, I thought I was playing off the notion that I'm pretty sure I was being communicated with in the other thing, and it was very much like a test of, seemingly a test of worthiness of some sort. But anyway, persuasion, you said?
I was thinking you could like shoot an arrow through the flames or
19?
something and clear a path, maybe too.
Okay. You step forward and attempt to ask the room to do what?
To like give me access to the item in the middle, like put the flames down for a sec.
Okay. You wait after your request. It's a firm request. It's believable, persuasive. Nothing happens. Identify, Roboticus.
Yeah.
It is magic. This is some sort of magic. It's not a magic item per se. It is a magic lock. It doesn't necessarily have physical form. The fire itself is, it's strange. It's something that is blocking a gateway, you believe. In fact, there is evocation here, causing the fire to erupt like this. But there's something underneath, and it's conjuration magic.
So is there a way to dispel magic, boys?
I do not have that spell.
Ken scratches his head. He's like, I don't know, man.
No, I don't
Yeah.
have any magic.
Just checking one thing.
While we're sitting here, I'm going to use my bonus action to give myself 5 temporary hit points. That will last until they're gone.
Isn't that nice?
Would Roboticus, you've busted out like a chain whip thing before, I think I've seen it.
I do have a chain whip thing.
Could you like chain
Kinda
whip it over?
lasso it?
Yeah, just like.
Yeah. I thought of that,
Lasso it?
but it
Yeah.
it does damage, and I don't want to like break it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
The only other
yeah.
thing I thought of was I could fly, but now hearing a more better description, I
Yeah.
don't think that's the best thing either.
Huh.
It sounds it sounds like the magic was coming from underneath, maybe. So maybe we like go downstairs and see if there is something.
Yeah,
at the
Ken
top.
Ken nods and he's like, yeah, maybe the key to this is in another room.
Like our princess is in another castle.
Okay. What would you guys like to do? Oh shit! Did I lose you?
No.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
just deep in thought.
Yeah.
We don't-
I,
we don't know.
I,
I don't think we know what to do.
Yeah. Okay. So our options. Let's go over what our options are. Our options are to stay here and not know what to do about the fire, and we came from where on this image in Owlbear where the light is, right? That's where we came from.
You actually came from this space.
Oh, okay,
here.
we came from there, and the fire, and where
Into
the
the
light
fire
is
one.
into the fire.
This
Okay.
is the fire room here.
And the lock is where the little gnome-looking thing is.
Yeah. That's a dark tunnel that leads, I believe, I said about 100 feet
Oh, right.
to
yeah.
those set of the set of enormous doors. Ken
Yeah,
came
I saw-
across this bridge and back.
What did I see down this way exactly?
It was more stairs, actually. It was just more stairs that led
Down?
further down
Oh,
into
well,
the
there you go,
ruins
boy.
of Angkor
Yeah.
Thondar.
Because we're like in a mountain right now, and we're supposed to be going down anyway, right?
Yeah,
Or
but
something.
I feel like we gotta but there's a chance that we gotta do this and then keep going down.
It never hurts to be
You can always
thorough
come
in a
back.
dungeon,
I know.
you
I'm
know.
just saying
Yeah.
you could always come back, but I'm just saying
Like
It
if we
also
were to
sounds
solve
like
the
we,
probably need to go down.
if we were to solve the
after we
puzzle,
go.
there's probably some dank loots, you know.
As a reminder, you do have roughly
A time
12
limit, yeah.
hours at this point
Yeah.
to make it to the next fountain.
Yeah, but this. Oh, right. This is not a. This is a different.
We're in a
one.
timed event for your bow.
Oh, I know that.
That's what
I
we
just
do
feel
about
like
this room.
this might be the fountain, but maybe not. I don't
Like
know.
try putting the bow in it. See what happens. It's magical fire. Have any of us like gone and put our hands to it? Does it like feel hot?
You can feel the heat of this from 5 feet away.
Oh, okay, so it's definitely hot. But hey, Ricardo, go check it out. You know, it'll be fine.
Well, I already talked to it.
Ken would like nudge you away, be like, maybe not. He's like, let's go forward and see what we find, and then maybe come back if we need to.
All right, let's go downstairs and see if that theory holds true, and if not, we can come back.
He's like, we're looking for a water fountain. This is clearly not
Yeah.
water.
Well, maybe it'll fill up with water.
Also, we can probably come back because that didn't the bridge seem like it might collapse?
Well, that's
Yeah.
to go the other way. We can go down.
Ken laughs. He's like, I can make that jump.
Yeah, it doesn't
Different
seem
route.
like it'll be a bad jump for you. It
Alright,
might
at
collapse
this
and you
point-
might lose like 2 or 3 feet.
At this point, I vote we go downstairs. Just check it out. If we,
Let's do it.
You're the one
Unless we
who's
wanna
got the
try
best sense of
something
direction, right? Ken shrugs.
all right, Ricardo will leave the door and just leave.
Okay.
Look, let's go, boys.
I'm just helping you see because I have the dark vision.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, Ken, show us. Lead the way down to where you just went. Lead us to that door you found.
Door? Ken looks puzzled. Was there a door?
So there was the
I thought
door
that was
down
part
the
of the recap.
hallway. If you would like to lead them there, you may.
Across the bridge?
Nope. In this area here. But down this way is just more stairs.
Well, I guess we might as well go look at the door before we leave. See
Okay.
if 'cause
Yeah.
I don't-
Oh,
I didn't even
Roboticus
try to
does
open it,
have
right?
his tools still,
I
right?
don't even think I attempted to open it, so no, there you go.
I do have a bunch of tools. I do have thieves' tools.
All right. You guys want to go down the hallway with the door?
Yeah, let's see if we can open it.
All right.
Does
You
he?
reach the end of the hallway without issue. It sort of winds to the end. It is this enormous set of stone doors. The diamond sort of jutting out of the face of the two doors where they meet, with the rectangular elongated keyhole. If you would like to attempt to pick the lock of these doors, you may do so, Roboticus, or if there's something else a lot of you would like to do, go ahead and give a shout.
Let's do it. Ooh.
Nice.
Wow.
Quite good. You suspect, as you begin to use your tools, that you find you find a series of, it's interesting. A key, when it goes into a lock, adjusts and moves a series of pins within the lock that then releases the lock itself. It has to do so in such a way that if you push some of the pins too far, it won't work. If you don't push some of the pins far enough, it will not work. Your tools only go so far into the door. In fact, the narrow opening, the fit of your tools, it's not hard. You just don't have enough.
Big lock. So there was no door inside the room of fire. It was just the well thing.
Correct.
The
All
key's
right,
in
I
there.
was-
The
I
key
know.
is to this door.
I know. I thought when we were doing the thing, it was the door in there had a thing. So all right, we got to go get that thing out of the room. That's the key to here. So we got to go put out the fire, man. Put out the.
So we're
I
back
don't know.
to
We gotta
back
figure that
to
out.
back to
Ken
square
points
one.
to your bow and he's like, "We gotta make that thing whole, and then maybe you can put out the fire
Yeah.
with this." He's like, "I don't know, something like that."
Uh,
Shakes his head.
all right, so you want to just continue down? Like you want to go across the Wiki Bridge and just keep going down and
Yeah.
just note that we gotta do something about the fire at some point? If
Yup.
we want to. All right. I guess I'm okay with that.
Okay. You want to go across the bridge? Who would
Yeah,
like to
can
go
we-
first?
Yeah.
Ken can go first.
Can
All
you
right.
walk over it gingerly,
If you would like to do anything in particular, you may do
knowing
so.
that it's gonna collapse? Can you do it?
Ken
like,
would run
hop,
as fast
skip,
as he
and a jump?
can, anticipating it to fall beneath him.
Give me a dexterity check to show how light of foot you are.
13.
Okay. Good enough. None of the bridge collapses like it did the first time.
Ooh.
Whoever would like to go next may do so.
Juan, you go first. You're the next.
Okay.
biggest
Are we doing
body
dex
weight.
saves or just straight up dex?
Straight up dex.
Okay.
Yeah, so then mine would have been a 10. Because of my dex.
Gotcha. That's
that was a
actually
dex
still
save.
good enough.
Okay.
Cool. Juan, all good. No issues with getting across the bridge. None of the stones seem to fall. There is a slight creaking as you go across, however.
All right, Ricardo will start running as fast as he can.
Okay. Again,
17.
good enough. One of the stones on the opposite side falls from
All
where
right,
the
robot,
stone.
you're last. Be careful.
Now the big
the
clunky,
boy.
heaviest
Yeah.
metal guy comes up,
Here comes the one.
and here we go, Dex. 21.
Nope.
Oh,
He's hot.
And as you go across, you quickly go, and as you make it to the other side, you hear a and the mortar holding the stones together begins to crumble into dust into the darkness below. Suddenly, one stone from beneath the bridge where you cannot see gives way, and all the other stones around it begin to fall. And you can see that the water had been spilling onto the mortar for centuries, maybe, caused it to crack and erode to the point where there is now a 3-foot gap, and the bridge does not connect.
Easy.
easy jump, right?
Yep.
We need to come back. All right.
You can make
Keep
that
going,
even if you have like full armor and a shield.
Well, let's go investigate downstairs.
All right. Let me switch the map.
But if it breaks more, that's not good.
Can you guys see this map, or do I have it blocked off?
It's
I have it
blocked off.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You are going to start here. And the stairs wind downward and downward and downward. They descend into nothingness for quite some time until you reach a point where it looks like you are coming, and this takes about 20 minutes if you would like to really continue on. And so I'll stop here before we go any further, but like, how far do you guys want to go?
Probably to the bottom at this point.
There's like
We
a
don't wanna
big
go too far.
spiral. There's like a big spiral staircase.
Yeah, this looks like this.
Yes.
Well, I mean, until
It-
there's an exit, right? I mean, I don't know. What do you mean?
Like, is there
if we go
something?
Would you
too
guys just
far,
want to
like
stop
that means
halfway
we.
and then be like, we're gonna go back, or are you just gonna?
I feel like if we go
I'm
too far, that
asking.
means we miss something in the fire room.
Well, yeah,
So
we
that's kind of
definitely
my
miss.
point
We
of-
skip in the fire room for now, bro. I think that was obvious.
Yeah, let's just we walk to the end.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
asking you guys. What are the other two? Ken and Juan. What do you guys?
Well, we examined the fire room and we couldn't figure out what to do with it. So then we came down the stairs and we're just where are we?
You know, no one seemed to come up with any ideas in the fire room, so
I know. I mean, I don't either, but I'm just
Just
saying.
stick with
Like, it
bonus.
seems like we either got to abandon it or whatever. You know, that's all.
It is intriguing, but if we can't figure it out, we can't just. We don't want to get too hung up on it.
yeah.
I think that's more of like if we had different character builds, maybe somebody would have something for it, but we don't. So we just gotta keep going. And
Yeah, Misty Step there would be nice.
so I think, where are we? So we're not like underneath that room now, or
Yeah, so across the passage, when you went across the bridge, there was just a stone tunnel that went down further, with steps carved into it. That tunnel eventually led you through a series of short staircases to this point, which appears to be a grander, more open staircase, made 10 feet apart, that delves like a corkscrew down into the bowels of the earth. It is actually lit. There are open flames in torches, in sconces on the walls that actually give this room light. They appear magical because there is no source of fuel for these lights. And it looks as if this must be leading you down further into the depths of Engabondar, into wherever it may go.
Are the torches removable?
The sconces, they
Yeah.
are potentially removable. If you would like to investigate one, Roboticus, you may do
Yeah,
so.
I want to see if I could take one to carry with me.
Is that one okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
25.
Yeah, you could definitely break one off and take it with you.
I'm
In
gonna break one
fact-
off and take it with me.
As you look around, there are several in this area. There's one here, there is one here, that are not a fire, and yet do exist and could have some sort of flame in them if you so wished. You can
they, like,
break that off, and you
Are they
can
all
take
the
it with you.
same?
They're all the same by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna break this off and take it with me. Have myself a nice little magic flame, magic
Okay.
torch.
As you look up, because you notice that there is something above you as well, it leads back up to the area with the bridge. You can see it very far up, you believe, over a bend in the rock. And so it's sort of like in this direction, and it's sort of at an angle to the point where you suspect when you are on the bridge there is no way you could see this area. Probably about 200 or 300 feet above you.
And can if Robot were to point that out to us, do we figure out which side that flame was on versus what side we came on? Like an orientation.
Are you telling them that, Roboticus?
Yeah.
It would actually probably be directly above you.
Like the rooms above us, like the flame room.
Yeah.
That's what you mean? Okay. Hey, well, we're below.
Yeah, like
We are
let's
below
go.
where
Let's
we wanted to be.
investigate above us.
Yeah, I could fly up, but then I'd be done flying for the day.
I can cast spider climb once more. It looks like.
But yeah, but
So
how does that work? You gotta climb walls.
Yeah.
He can
Spider.
basically, yeah.
So sorry. So what would you like to do right now?
What do we think?
Uh,
Should I go up and check it out? Is it worth
Yeah.
my last
Yeah,
second
I
level
mean-
spell slot?
Probably not. We're probably gonna have to fight something.
I mean, like my second level spell slots are mostly just utility.
All right. Well, it's up to you then.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna cast spider climb, and I'm gonna spider climb up the walls.
Here he
All the way-
I'm
goes.
gonna go. I'm gonna go
So-
check
so-
out the area above the fire fountain room.
He just runs away.
Wait, above the fire fountain room?
Below it.
Sorry.
Below it.
So I mean, you are below it right now, basically.
Oh, I
But
guess
and-
I'm
Get
gonna
to
check
the
out the
floor. I
ceiling.
guess
Because you said when I cast identify on it, you said like I thought the magic was coming from like something below, right?
no, I said that it was coming from the fountain itself.
Oh,
It seemed to be
the bottom of it.
the bottom of the fountain itself, and seemed to
Oh.
be formed of like conjuration and evocation magic.
oh, so it's probably coming from the key. Yeah, in that case, I cancel.
Okay.
All right.
I
Let's
would
just
not,
go
yeah,
down. now.
I would not have gone to check out the ceiling.
What I was inferring was like if there was any to the group, if there was any exits like within these stairwells, you know, along the way. But anyway, I think we should just go to the bottom. Well, I mean, unless there's check for traps, whoever's leading the way. But
Who is leading the way? Is it going to be Roboticus with the
so now that we
sconce
have
that
light-
he's pulled off?
I'll lead the way with my fancy magic torch.
And as you do so, nothing jumps out at you. You get towards the bottom, and I'll just go ahead and put you guys like here. You do notice the two empty sconces, excuse me, the two sconces here and here that do not have fire in them at this point in time.
Someone else has been here.
Well, robot, can you light them with your torch? Can you relight them?
Are they like empty or are they just not lit?
I mean, all of the sconces are technically empty, except with a magical flame inside them. These two do not have a flame in them, therefore are both empty and not lit.
Yeah, Ken tries
Ah.
to light this one with his
Try to
his
light 'em,
cantrip.
Ken.
What if these empty torches are like fire vacuums or whatever, and like you put them up to the fire that's up there, and they just like suck them in?
Yeah. That's a good idea. I was thinking that lighting them would do something, like activating something, but that's a good point too.
Ken
Ken.
looks back at Juan and is like,
What? What?
is like,
Yes, that was very.
is
That
like,
was
wow,
totally. Yeah.
that fucking blew my mind, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was deep.
Which cantrip are you using, Ken?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I am using. How do I see this?
Produce flame?
I think so.
I just gotta check that. I don't know what it.
Flickering flame appears in your hand.
Oh yeah, that's produce flame.
Anything, you got anything
do I-
better than that?
Well, that's just the one that I have as my cantrip.
Oh, okay. I'll try it out first because it's free. Let's see what then go from there.
So you can't really put it into. Let me just double check this spell.
You produce it in your hand and try to dump it in there.
Yeah, you can like hold it, your hand in the sconce basically. There's like enough room for you to like put your hand into it a little bit, and produce it that way. It does not take, however, and as you like pull your hand back out, it does not remain.
Yeah, produce flame. Okay. Ken just shrugs. He's like, I don't know. My magic doesn't work, I guess. Then looks at his hand disappointingly.
All right, then Ricardo would grab one of them because you said they're like removable.
Yeah, you can like break them
Yeah.
off if
So
you so
I'm gonna
wish.
take one of them and bring it over to this lit flame and try to
Okay.
try to light it using what's already there.
Okay, breaking it off in the same way, and it's less breaking it off than it is like forcing it off. And after a moment, you realize that it's like sort of like hooked on underneath. You rip it off, and you bring it over to the other one near Ken, and light it. And the fire does take to the empty sconce, and it does light up now.
Ken points at one. He's like, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe we light them all and then it works.
All right, let's light the other one then. So there was two that were unlit. Yeah. So do this repeat action.
You go to this last one. This one will get lit up as well.
Carter would
And
look around.
As you do
As if
so, it's immediately obvious that something happens.
Oh, good.
Roboticus is holding one of these, you are holding one of these,
Ooh.
and the two that were empty are now lit. The ceiling up above begins to crumble, and you're terrified for a moment.
Ooh.
Everybody give me either a dexterity saving throw or a wisdom saving throw. It's up to you.
Obviously a dex
Oh
save
my
for Ken.
god.
Oh no! First bad roll.
I know I got a bad one.
When it matters most.
Right? First
All
time
right.
rolling like under a 20 tonight.
Ken, you jump and you roll out of the way and sort of press yourself up against the wall here.
Watch out, guys!
Ricardo, you begin to back away and go up against the wall here, because as this is happening, and the other two, you don't really know what to do, so I'm just going to leave you where you are. As this is happening, you realize that the rock is not about to fall onto you, but it falls directly down through the hole, as if it were made for this. And as it does so, it continues to fall, a rock slide, rocks tumbling one after another, until the next thing you know, it stops. And then a column of fire shoots through the hole in the ceiling down into the depths of the hole below, lighting something beneath
Oh shit!
and extinguishing the flaming column.
Wait a
Nice.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh no, you can keep it. Not you.
There's now a fire that is burning down below.
Nice.
So my question is, Ricardo looks up. Did like the well drop? Was it the well that dropped? Like the
It was
water?
not the fountain that dropped
Oh,
down.
okay. All right, all right.
You cannot see up through the hole in the rocks. All the way, you can see like 20 or 30 feet, but because of the angles and stuff, you can't see all the way up. You have
Yeah.
no idea what has happened within the fire room, or the room with the fire fountain above.
Yeah, we gotta go check it out.
Yeah, we should definitely go check it out.
All
Well,
right, let's
back
run
up we go. Ken
Let's
starts,
run upstairs.
Ken starts running.
Yeah.
Ricardo's tab.
We gotta
Whack.
jump over that gap.
Yeah,
Yep.
so as long as everybody makes like a 5 on an acrobatics or an athletics check, you are good.
Oh, I have a +5, so I
All good
auto
then.
succeed.
I have a. How about acrobatic? Oh, that's
Boom.
the same.
What
thing.
did I need to get?
I rolled a
5 or
1, but I got a +4.
Okay, well I can't fail that, so there we go.
All right, good. Everybody is good.
Yeah.
As you
Even though I
make it
rolled a 1.
across, Juan, you nearly catch yourself on the lip of it, and you sort of fall. And as you do so and scramble over to the edge of the bridge, there is another foot of rock that sort of disappears from the bridge.
Oh, now we gotta make a 6. Thanks, Juan.
Easy.
As you go back into the room of fire, you immediately notice as you go across the bridge, it seems significantly dimmed at this point in time. And as
Boys,
you
we did
enter,
it!
the fountain of fire no longer has the column in the center. The jet and the geyser of it are gone, and it is a small, simmering, 1-foot flame on the insides of the fountain, with the rod of stone jutting up out, 2.5, 3 feet long, waiting to be taken. There
Ken,
is still
Ken,
flame, however.
Ken gives a thumbs up. He's like, I told you guys, and goes to pick it up.
Do you walk into the fountain and go grab it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't hesitate.
As you do so, your speed is 40. Is that correct?
Oh yeah. And I'd click my heels right before just in case something screwy happens.
So your speed is 80.
Yes.
Okay. You only are going to take 1d6 damage from this.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh.
Very, very
You didn't lick your fingers before you went to grab it, Ken.
So that would be 2 points of fire damage, and you zip in.
What?
Grab
I'm
the
resistant.
rod.
So the
So you
one.
only take 1 point. Yeah.
Okay.
Grab that
Ow.
rod.
Ken like sort of like shakes his hand after grabbing the rod. He's like, this thing's fucking hot. And then like throws it on the ground for a second.
And it is warm, but as you toss it out of the fire and it hits the ground, any sort of heat that was on it quickly dissipates.
Alright.
I'll pick it back
All
up
right.
and throw it on like his shoulder like it's like weapon. He's like, look, I got it. Easy. And just hold it out and be like, here, let's go to the door.
Gotcha.
Let's go.
And as you do, you go to the door. Who would like to insert it into the door?
Ken puts his finger on his nose.
You're holding the key.
Robotica's like
Ken points to the door. He's like, that
puts
door's
his
probably
hand out.
fucking trapped.
He's like, I already looked at the lock. Give it to me. I'll work it in there.
You insert the key, and you don't really need to like even jiggle it or anything. It just slides in the depth that it needs to go. And as it does so, it completes the face of the door. The diamond-shaped stone holding the two sides of the door together glows a warm red, and then cracks all around itself and falls apart. The key gets pushed back out because the doors begin to swing outward towards you and open.
Ooh, I grab the key before it falls.
Okay. And as you open, and as the doors open in front of you, you're able to step back in time. Stone doors to the sides of this room, revealing a strange sight. Another 20-foot room, almost entirely empty, 18, 20 feet tall, another box carved out of stone. In this room is a sarcophagus. 15 feet long, 5 feet tall, with a giant stone slab across the front. It dominates the room almost entirely from end to end. That means that there's only roughly 2.5 feet on each side, on the length side of the room as you enter. You can walk around it. There's plenty of room to walk around it on all sides, for the most part. But it is clear that there is a, I don't know, I want to say like a ½ inch to an inch of stone covering what appears to be a sarcophagus. Does anybody speak giant?
Ooh. There's a chance that I do. Let me check.
I do not.
No, I don't. Anyone else?
I can check, but I'm pretty sure I don't. I speak some weird languages though.
Yeah, I know. I did. That's why I checked. I got Dwarvish, Orc, Celestial.
So the
No.
I believe the alphabets for giant and dwarvish are the same.
Ooh, I got
Oh,
Dwarvish.
yeah, I got Dwarvish too.
Okay, so you two, if you would like to make
With your powers combined.
you can either do separate intelligence checks, or
Do
you
it
can
together.
do one check at advantage.
One
I
check
have
at advantage.
I have a +4. What do you got
For which one?
for intelligence?
Intelligent. Oh. I got a +1. You get. I'll help you.
All right.
Now let him do the one advantage.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
That's what I'm saying. I'm letting him roll it at advantage.
Yeah, Ricard,
yeah,
like
he's-
me and Ricard are gonna huddle up and boom. Oh, 13 for the first one, 19.
Ooh, 19.
Okay. Takes a bit. Ricardo is actually the one to crack what he believes are a series of letters, because the first bit is a name. Doesn't really make sense. It would translate to something that sounds like a mouthful of fire and rocks. The rest of it describes a fire giant king laid to rest once more on the original plane he is from. The gate nearby, waiting for him to return if he is ever reborn. Everlasting. Something along those lines. Difficult to translate, difficult to understand. The dwarvish giant script is mangled because it's funny. It does not match any sort of dwarvish syntax that you can really recognize, but you do know the alphabet, and therefore you are able to piece some of this together.
2 questions. One, what's the size of this sarcophagus? Did you say, or if you did say?
No, yeah, 15 feet long, about 5 to 7 feet wide, and 5 feet tall.
All right, giant inside, right, boys?
Yeah, let's
Dead
open it.
giant inside. All right, and then
I
second
didn't see
question
nothing
is,
about a curse.
That's my grandpa.
I was gonna say, is it just ironic that dwarvish and giant share the same alphabet? But anyway, do we want to open the sarcophagus? No.
Yeah.
we got
That's
it.
not my grandpa.
Who's got a crowbar?
I got a crowbar.
Yeah. Ken would also raise his hand.
All
Wait,
right.
I guess I got
So
my hand.
whoever is feeling strong, why don't we each take a crowbar and we'll tag team open this thing?
Ken will like hold out his crowbar. He's like, someone else can use mine if they want.
Yeah, I'll use it, Ken.
Yeah, Juan,
Here
open
you
this
go.
bitch up.
Okay, go ahead and make rolls.
Just strength.
Yep.
Okay.
And actually, if you're using a crowbar, you can do so at advantage.
Like Ken like pats you on the shoulder. He's like, nothing like a little grave robbing, huh?
Okay.
Starts laughing.
Look, I'm a pirate, Ken. I like treasure. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
17.
Say what you gotta say to make you
with
feel better about
advantage.
it.
All right. It was a 16 that was needed.
Nice.
You are able, with an enormous heave, to move the lid of this sarcophagus. First an inch, then a foot, and another foot, until and everybody is standing on the correct side as you push the lid off and reveal what is beneath. At first, there is just cloth. And underneath the cloth, as you lift it off and look inside, are the remains of a giant. Bones. The femur alone is the size of Ken. The body is skeletal, unmoving, still in death. And between the hands holds an enormous sword.
Oh.
How big?
It is a 6-foot blade. In the giant's hands, it looks to be a short sword. In any of your hands, it would be a great sword.
Ken looks
Nice.
at Juan. He's like, you ever think about putting down that shield?
I mean,
Roboticus also looks over at Juan.
yeah. I mean, I'll I'll check it out next time we have a rest or whatever. But, yeah.
That thing's pretty fucking badass.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of weapons, but if I were to use one, he looks at it. He's like, he scratches his head. He's like, maybe I give that one a swing.
I guarantee you that it has some magical fire properties to it.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
It does have flames inscribed across the blade.
There you go.
Okay.
Flame.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
You wanna-
that thing
you-
sounds dope.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, your
Ricardo's
robot
gonna
friend
stop
is
the group.
casting
Hold
Identify
on.
on it.
Ricardo wants to ask the group if we take this, you don't think we're gonna be like attacked or anything by this thing?
Ken shrugs. He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, sometimes grave robbing can be bad.
I'm a robot. I don't believe in curses.
All right.
He's like, I don't really use weapons, so I'm not really worried about it. But I mean, up to
Yeah.
you
I mean,
guys.
I guess if this guy comes to life, we can take down
Yeah.
a giant.
I mean,
no
yeah,
problem.
he looks
Yeah,
pretty
we
dead.
can take him.
Look at this femur. It's the size of Ken.
Wait a minute. Before you take the sword, can you break some of the bones?
What?
In case he comes to life, he just won't like disconnect his legs or something.
Ken shrugs. He's like, all right, fine. He punches
Yeah.
his the big femur that's the size of him.
Go ahead and roll. I mean, the attack roll is not super important, but you can roll damage.
Okay.
So I can say roll initiative.
That was my wrong thing. That was my cantrip. Whatever.
Okay. No, but you are still able to begin to smash some of the bones. They are significantly more brittle than maybe you would expect, to the point where,
This looks ancient.
yeah,
How big is the skull? Can I fit it in my backpack?
the skull is enormous. I mean, the skull is the size of your torso.
I'll
Is
leave
he
it
wearing
there.
any jewelry, like jewels, like rings, pendants?
There are no. In fact, the remnants of cloth, for the most part, as you move them off of the giant, um, were so brittle and in such a dire state that they mostly began to turn to dust in your hands. And you notice that there is quite a bit of dust within the sarcophagus itself. That whatever was here has become one with the universe once again, and the only thing left are these bones.
All right. Then
Alright, grab the sword and let's go.
I'll just cast identify on the sword.
Okay, you pick up the sword, Roboticus.
If that's what to identify it, then sure.
Okay. Does not harm you, does not hurt you. You take it to the side and you cast Identify on it. It is in the hands of a medium creature. Let me see if there's an actual one thing.
This thing sounds cool as heck. I haven't even heard what it does yet.
Yeah, and none of us have ever used anything like too big, so I don't know how.
No, Great Sword's not too big. It just means you have to use 2 hands to swing
Right,
it.
but I'm sure it probably does a ton
Oh,
of
shit.
damage, but it's probably either slow or you can only have one attack, is my guess, right?
Yes.
Mechanically.
Lame
So
tongue.
it is a great sword in the hands of a
Uh,
medium creature, meaning you have to use 2 hands with it. It is heavy, and the heavy property in particular means small
Damn.
creatures would take disadvantage with it. You guys have normal with it. It erupts into flames as you so desire. It is ever so slightly cursed, however.
Hmm.
The mechanics of that are that you roll when you activate it, you have to roll a d6, and on a 1, you will take some of the fire damage from the sword as well.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, especially since you can just
Holy
turn it off and turn it back on again.
Yes.
I mean, there's probably a way to also lift the curse.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Anyway,
So fucking
Dope sword. Amazing sword.
4d6 per fucking hit.
2.
Well, 2d6 plus 2d6 from the being on fire.
Oh, really?
You know, on account of being on fire.
So you would only take the 2d6 if it's if the curse impacts you.
so does it do 4d6 damage? Is that when it's activated?
Yeah.
Like the full 4 and then you take 2, or do you have to share the 2 and 2?
It does the full 4, and then you
Okay.
roll 2d6. And the way it will occur is
Okay.
like you use your attack. If it comes back on you, if you roll that 1 on the 6 on the d6, it will lance basically up your arms.
It's like a
dealing fire
rebounds
damage to you.
as you hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here you go, Juan.
You
This
better
is called a
attend to that
flame
real quick.
tongue.
nice. Yeah.
Dragons
Sweet.
use it, or the dragons use it to clean their teeth, but I think we will find a much better use for it.
Yeah.
I gift it to you, our dear leader.
Ken sees Juan don this like flame sword, and he suddenly feels more what's it called? Like akin to Juan. He's like, oh, he falls to fire too.
Yeah.
This guy's great.
You guys will get on.
Well,
great.
it's
Juan is shaping up to be the group's leader in a big way.
does it have like a magic word to turn it on?
Oh, it does actually, and it's mouthful of fire.
Ooh,
Mouthful of fire.
Nice. All right.
And here's your sword, mouthful of fire.
Ken for the first time is like considering. He's like, maybe I should get a weapon. After seeing this thing, like the biggest like badass fire weapon like in the game. He's like, maybe I should get a weapon.
Yeah,
Can't
and
monks use, like,
Ricardo-
some weapons?
Hey, Ricardo would pull out his bow and be like, "Hey, boys, got a mission to do.
Oh yeah. Let's
Gotta move on."
let's do
Yeah,
it.
Oh,
you now only
I
have
have a-
11 hours.
Oh yeah,
So
let's get a move on.
Tick
All
tock,
right,
tick
hold on.
tock.
So before the move on, I was just thinking about the stairwell we just came from. So is it that the stairwell to the bottom is now clogged? Or did I misinterpret?
Nope. So
Visually.
if we go back to that, I can describe that again.
I only bring it up because I was thinking,
We-
like,
we
do we
just
need to
broke
put
more
the
of the
key
bridge, I think.
back to undo? I'm not worried about that bridge, but I'm thinking, do we need to put the key back to like open up the stairwell again or anything? Like if like undo said trap that opened this thing up type thing, or is it just clear to go?
Yeah, it's clear to go under here.
Okay.
The underneath where you were standing in particular,
Oh,
the tunnel
right.
continues deeper into
Okay.
Engabondar.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's just go then.
Okay.
Keep the key. You were keeping the key just because.
Yeah,
Robot, you're just
Yeah.
gonna hold on to it.
yeah, I'm just gonna hold on to it, because why not?
Okay. You can add one. Would you like to identify that as well?
Yeah, sure, while we're
Mystical
here.
object? Is it in D&D Beyond? That's the question.
The key is not. The flame
Oh,
tongue
okay.
is, so you should definitely add that to your sheet, Juan. If
Yeah.
you've not already.
Yeah, I already got it.
Oh yeah, that's a very big edible.
The item that you hold is a tuning fork, and by tuning fork, I don't mean like actual fork. Obviously, it's a term for a magical item that is attuned to the plane of fire,
Ooh.
and it is potentially worth a great deal of money.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's why we hold on to things.
Right?
If they're not insane weapons, they're worth money.
I was
Smile.
keeping it for a souvenir. I would have vouched to keep it as a souvenir, not so much to sell, but whatever.
Yeah, I was wondering if it just unlocked anything else, but a fucking tuning fork attuned to the whatever fire.
Maybe you
fucking
can
sign me up.
convince someone that you're a god of fire with that thing.
Right? Yeah, I'll play with that again later, but we gotta get to that fountain.
Okay. Descending further, you go back down past the sconces. Would anybody else like to take a sconce with them? It acts as a torch of everlasting flame, if you so wish.
Might as
Oh,
well.
Yeah, I don't
Right?
have one.
Ken
Yeah.
doesn't
I'll
need
grab
one. He's fine.
I'm gonna take all of them. like,
Um,
like, why not?
I would like to ask, where would you like to store this, Roboticus?
Oh, good point. I got a backpack, didn't I?
It's gonna light on fire.
If you would like
Oh,
to put
true.
it in your backpack, you may, but
Yeah, I don't want to put it in my
Oh,
backpack.
true.
I'll just
true.
keep the one then.
Ken nods. He's like, yeah, put the flaming hot torches in your bag. That's a good idea.
Or I'll take two of them and I'll like attach them to my armor. Like on either side of my back, like above my shoulders, so I have like little fucking lights.
So there's like a walking beacon.
Yeah, little like sirens on each shoulder.
all right. It's kind of cool looking. Do you do it on top of your shoulders or just like on the back side of your shoulders?
I guess so it's like attached to like the backside, so like if I have to, I can like unattach them and carry them like a regular torch.
Gotcha. So you've got two of them. Would anyone else like to take one?
Ricardo will take one and hold it and just carry it until he
Okay.
doesn't need it anymore.
Beacons of Gondor
Gotcha.
have been lit.
And as you continue to descend further in through the ruins of Angabondor, there is one path and one path only. Stairs, downward and downward. You descend for another 4 hours until you reach a point where the water, or excuse me, where the tunnel gives way to an open cavern. Let me just see if I can find the image of this. The tunnel gives way to an open cavern. And in this open cavern, let's see. Across the way, path leads to what is clearly some sort of secondary temple. I will put this into D&D Beyond. Or, sorry, to Owlbear. You are currently standing. Ken is. You have been coming from this way. And the path very clearly leads up through here, and then up and along and over to this opening, which appears to lead through some sort of chasm to an exterior. Bright light from outside shines through the chasm. However, before you is a pillar overrun with vines on the upper and back sides that leads to a room with a blue-white flame on the inside. Water pouring out of some of the sides and off the edges into the depths beyond, which is a giant gaping hole in the earth. There's some level of iconography here, tough to make out fully. What would you like to do?
Ken,
Fancy.
I feel like Ken, for the first time this whole trip, does not feel um, enticed into running ahead. And he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "This place is pretty crazy."
Yeah, let's go check out that tower.
And then he kind of like holds his arm out in front of you, and he's like, "Hold on a sec." And he wants to go look at the water coming out of this place. He wants to
Okay.
investigate it to see if it looks like if it's clean or if it looks like shit water.
It's like magic water, maybe.
Yeah, he's curious what's going on here.
You guys see the well to dip my bow in anywhere?
I
It
bet
is
it's in the
clean.
tower.
It is clean so far as you can tell at a glance. If there's something more you'd like to do, go ahead and make it an investigation check.
Ken looks at the water. No, at first glance, it looks clean. He's like, let me see. And he's gonna take a little sip of it.
Ooh.
It's fancy.
If you have any points of exhaustion, they are removed. And if you have any damage, you may heal it by rolling
Your
a
1 point of damage.
3d8.
What?
Oh.
Okay. Ken like
Oh.
once he's done sipping the water, he's like, "This is good shit." Takes another handful.
Ricardo looks around for a. Oh. What was it? How much did it heal you, Ken?
3d8.
Everyone, fill off
Ricardo.
all of your containers.
I know
Yeah.
Ricardo dumps out the vial of potion he has.
He dumps out his regular potion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and fills it with the water.
Ooh, I filled my empty potion vial with it.
Okay.
I
I'm taking one. I keep
Juan will fill up
replacing
his water skin.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
Juan,
You
you
have a
technically
water
now
skin?
have.
Juan, where'd you get a water skin from?
I have one
from
too.
from that
Like, that's
general
gonna do the
store.
same thing.
From the general store we broke into.
Yeah, we robbed the general store.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first things we did.
Unless anybody else has a water skin.
I
Yeah, I
don't
have
think
one.
I grabbed the water
What
skin.
do with my leatherworker's tools, smith's tools, and tinker's tools, and alchemist supplies? Would I be able to make containers?
So
Of
your
any
alchemist
sort?
supplies would have some level of containers to them.
Oh, I want every empty container, which is all of them right now.
Can you
I
roll
would-
me a d6?
So what are we getting for the water skin? Curious.
2.
Okay, so you have 2 empty vials that you may use from that. The water skin is now full of this water. You can have 2 vials of this, and I would ask that you, those of you who are taking some of this water, you simply denote the item that is filled with the water, and you have no idea how much it's going to heal you or how much it will do later, but it has the potential to do something.
I'm gonna put vial of magic water. strange water. So how do you make a manual thing in D&D?
Click on it and then click customize,
Ooh.
and then just name it what you want.
So you mean add item? Let's say.
What's the basic item called?
I'm just
Vial.
gonna put a vial. Oh yeah, I'll just put vial.
So I search vial and nothing comes up.
I know it's actual like Bloodwell vials. Oh
Well,
no,
that's
vial. The very first
yeah.
thing. It's gear, adventure gear. I see.
Regular old vial.
Yeah, it's there. It's gray. It's at the very top. Okay. Inventory. File. And then you can what? Click on it, then do the little red pencil thing. Right, name. File of strange.
I'm a little annoyed at how much it says a water skin weighs.
Water's
'Cause
heavy, man.
It is, but it's
But
a
what's the
little
skin itself?
it's a little ridiculous because a water skin, it says, is 4 pints. It can hold 4 pints of liquid. Actually, maybe that's
So like a
right.
gallon?
It's like a half gallon, yeah.
Half gallon? Okay.
Which I guess if you weigh a half gallon of water, it works out to 4 pounds. So maybe that is about right.
What does it call it? 5?
Yeah, it says it's 5, which just felt like way too much to me, but
Yeah.
I
Well.
guess it's right.
How much
Cool.
water did you drink, Ken? When you took your little swig? Was it just like a handful?
Ken
Was it
Ken
like a
Ken
couple
looks up. He's like,
jugs?
I just drank like a mouthful. It tastes really good.
Alright.
Well, let's go and investigate inside the tower now.
Hey, who would like to lead the way?
So I just put it in my inventory. Water skin filled with funky water.
What's this little statue guy over here?
Let me see. Oh, that's just a at the edge of the ledge there is what appears to be a sign, or it looks like a signpost basically. There's nothing on it at this point in time. There's no carvings, there's no writing, but it looks like it probably held directions, instructions, something once upon a time.
I want to carve the luchadors were here. On it.
Okay. You are able to do so with one of your tools, I assume. That's not difficult for you.
And then go rejoin the boys.
Ken looks down at you carving this, and you carving it in common.
Yeah.
And he then he like nudges one of the other guys, and he's like, "This thing's a fucking actual printer."
It's a printer.
he's like, "Oh, you wouldn't get it."
Oh, Ken.
You've been cooped up a long time, Ken.
Yeah. So let's get this boat dipped in something. It's gotta be. I mean, this water's magic, right? Maybe just for testing. Maybe put your bow in it, Ricardo. Oh.
Ken's like waves off. He's like, "No, we got to get him to the source.
Yeah,
with
we
that
got to
thing.
get the
Okay.
other well.
This is the shit water. We got to give it the good water."
Okay. Well, let's find it.
You should dip your fire sword in it and see what happens.
I think my fire sword is a-okay.
Maybe it'll decurse it. It's holy water.
Then it would just be a great sword.
No, I mean it'll decurse it. It'll keep the fire property. This won't hurt you.
I think that's
As
just
you-
a side effect of
Built
it.
in.
Like,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think it probably is too.
being
But I was feeding off
superpowered.
what Ken said. It could be cured.
I bet we can find somewhere to get just the curse off.
Probably not
Probably
here.
not.
Let's just fix that
Yeah.
bow and get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Roboticus
wanna-
climbs the stairs to the tower.
Okay.
Confidently.
As you reach the
brazenly.
top Roboticus, you notice that the flame is in the center of a circular room, and that at the back of this room appears to be a protective wall, of which on both sides, to the right and the left, seem to go around the back and into another room behind. The it can really only be described as a beautiful shrine on the inside. It has what appears to be carvings, hopes, beliefs, thoughts, feelings of hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals who made whatever pilgrimage it was hundreds or thousands of years back. And you can see in a different dialect of common people saying, I can't wait to reach the top. Or maybe we'll see the great eye up in the mountain. And words and thoughts and hopes of the individuals who used to trod these stairs in a better time. Would you like to go through into the back room?
Sure. Wave the rest of the boys to follow me. Seems all clear. No traps.
And as you go into the back room, it opens into what would be a large room with a beautiful pool and a glowing upside down triangle at the back of the room. Columns holding the ceiling high in arches. Around the edges of the pool you can walk. Stone carved room. It is still, the water is calm, and it seems to pour into the pool from the back underneath the triangle and out through the edges on the corners of the pool to your right and left. What would you like to do?
Looks like it.
So like as a player, I'm thinking, oh wow, this looks ominous. But as Ken, I'm thinking, I should probably run at that. That looks cool.
You want to run at it?
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
that weird
run it.
thing over there? That light. I want to get
Triangle in the
closer.
back?
Looks like a triangle.
Bring you around the side of the pool here, Ken. As you move through the room, your footfalls echo through this space ominously. And as you reach the back, you can see this triangle ever so slightly pulsating. Some sort of magical light giving off an energy.
Ken points at it and is saying, this thing feels powerful.
We should find a way to steal it.
Ken, let's make a constitution saving throw.
Don't look directly at it.
12.
Your stomach begins to hurt.
I
Almost
don't
as
like
if
this.
the water you drank feels
Oh,
funny on the
no.
inside.
Dump the water out.
As
Ken,
you open your mouth to say that you don't like this, there is a glow that all of you can see coming from the inside of Ken's mouth that is similar to the triangle.
Yeah.
It then fills
Uh.
his nose, his ears, and finally his eyes. Ken, make another constitution saving throw.
Oh god, guy's gonna explode. Robotically stays covered behind a pillar.
20.
You hold on to your stomach, going down to one knee. Pain is intense. There is something inside you that is happening. You know not what.
Something's not right.
Here, Ken's like.
And as you feel yourself racked by pain, go ahead and let's do.
Oh, if an alien is about to burst out of fucking Ken's chest right now.
Please take 16 points of radiant damage.
Whoa.
Alright.
That was halved.
Uh,
You did, however, successfully fight off whatever it was. And as you see Ken shouting and glowing internally, Ken, you now have an extreme urge to urinate.
Ken starts pissing on one of these pillars immediately.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jesus, Ken.
Oh my god! That thing nearly killed me! As he's got his cock in his hand.
What the hell just happened?
He was like just puking on the ground, and now he's pissing. He's like, I don't know. Wipes his face. That thing nearly got me. He points
You
at
need
he points behind himself as he's pissing at the triangle.
You need a good berry?
Ken just like jolts his head over. He's like, I could use like 20 of those, and then like goes
Oh,
back to
no,
pissing.
you don't eat those too much. I found out
Yeah.
the hard way.
They're high in calorie.
They're very dense.
Very fibrous.
He's just giving you an idea of how hurt he is. You know?
Okay. Well,
That's 20 of those. All right,
Okay.
Is the water like in our bags doing anything right now?
Nope.
this
Nothing's
is waiting
happening.
to be consumed.
yeah, Ken's having an episode over here.
Do you need some more of that water to make
Yeah,
you feel
Ken,
better?
you drink?
Yeah,
Heal you
as
up?
soon as you mention the water, Ken like reaches into his bag and starts dumping it. It's like, fuck that water. It's like, you guys should dump it out.
I just wasted a potion for that.
so, huh. So he got close to the triangle and started feeling weird. Is
All right,
that
now we gotta get.
Yep.
We need someone else to get close to it that did.
and it radiant? You said
scientific experiment.
radiant damage, like
Yes.
even out of game. I have no. Is that like?
We
what
were
is-
drinking the holy water, and this thing's some sort of crazy.
Oh, okay. So it's like holy.
Yeah.
Dang. Well,
I assumed it was like toxic waste when I, out of character, but you know, Ken's gonna do his thing.
yeah. Ken's throwing. It's okay.
What
No.
would you guys like to do in this room?
So, do you guys
Ken
think
stumbles
this
back
is
to the
like?
group.
You think this? You guys think this triangle's like a sentient being, or is it like?
It's
Just-
I'll walk up to
Ken-
it. without-
Ken
without
stumbles back to the
drinking
group and
water.
he's like, whatever it is, it's fucking strong. And he's like, like wiping himself off. He's like, he looks disheveled.
all right.
I'll go without drinking. Can I like roll the vial like on the ground in front of me? Like see if it starts like glowing or activating?
You roll it towards like the triangle in the back of
Yeah.
the room. Nothing happens with the vial. Nothing happens to you as you get any closer. In fact, if any of you begin to get closer, there's no reaction.
Let's go up to it now. Ken, you
Yeah,
stay here.
Looks
Get
like
all
Ken was
that,
just a pussy.
Yeah, Ken, get all that out of your system. You wait here.
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it's out.
Yeah.
Ken
you got it
feels
all
he-
out?
Yeah, Ken feels like he's
Oh,
expelled
man.
whatever was inside of him.
All right, well then let's go. You
Tend
come
to
with us,
yourself,
man.
Ken.
Okay.
Ken looks at you sharply and then out of character is like, I can't heal myself to the next level, bro.
You are now at the back of this shrine, this fountain. What would you like to do?
Can we like touch it? Investigate it, I guess? Before we touch it, we should investigate it.
Glowing triangle or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
water? What are you?
Glowing
Oh,
triangle.
the water.
I want to investigate the glowing triangle.
Cardo's
Okay.
gonna dip his bow in the water.
Oh, okay. All right. So go ahead and roll an investigation check first and foremost.
So many things happening at once.
I know, there's a lot going on.
Everybody down.
All the buttons. Players. I want to push all the buttons.
Roboticus. The triangle is definitely magical of some sort. You maybe feel like you've seen it before, but you're not sure where or why. Nothing happens as you take a look at it. Ricardo, you begin to dip your bow into the water. And as you see the wood of the composite bow itself touch the water, point where it enters begins to glow. And as you continue to submerge the bow, it goes from the darkness of the wood to a glowing radiance as it continues to be submerged until it enters the water fully. And I assume you'd have to put your hand in, right? To be able to get the bow into the water fully?
Sure seems like it.
And you submerge the bow in your hand. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
At 20.
Nice.
Let the power flow within you.
The bow is fully aglow at this point. Your hand is not. And as you move it from hand to hand to ensure that the water touches every bit of the bow, you hear the same voice beforehand, and the triangle behind you glows. Roboticus, you see the glow, and it lights up the room in a way that you had not seen before, causing the water to sparkle and shine. In your head, Ricardo, you hear, Istra once more commands you and gives you power. Escape this place. Escape this country. They claim my name for their acts, but what they do is not my will. If you so happen to be able to kill any of the red wizards on your way from Thay, let this bow guide you and help you. And you gain an understanding that she is gifting some of her power to you to enhance your weapon. For a moment, the triangle continues to glow and then dulls once again to where it was, and your bow stops glowing and yet shimmers under the water. As you pull it back up, and as you do so out of the water, it stops shimmering and looks as if your bow has not been changed in any way. You do inherently know, and you can feel, however, and you are attuned to this bow, that it is a +1 longbow, and every arrow that you fire has the chance to put radiant damage into your enemy.
Tight.
So whenever you shoot a bow, whenever you shoot an arrow at somebody, go ahead and roll a d4, and on a 4, you can roll an extra d8 of damage. That would cause radiant damage.
All right.
But it is a +1 longbow of Mistra is what I'm going to call it. I don't think it's in D&D Beyond, but I can make an item for you if you want.
So you get the +1 and then that as well.
In fact, I'll make items for both of you. One for the flame tongue and one for the bow.
Deal.
Very cool.
Was that the last well, or is this was that we know about? I thought there was gonna be more, or is this just?
This is the third of the 3 wells.
did-
so
you
there was
did the
one
thing.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great.
Well, you want
did
more?
The thing, man.
No, I just in my head I thought there was more, so I was like, oh.
No, we did the thing.
No, you did. Yeah, one before we came in. Then you did the one by the lake, and then this one. That's the
All
three.
right, no, good.
Let's
Out of
get
it?
the hell out of here and get the hell out
I
of this
just love
country.
that. I love that Ken fucking got hurt from drinking the water.
Yeah. One of these days,
deserve
you're
Drinking water.
rushed to do things, Ken. It's gonna, it's gonna be the end of you. And I'm a
What do
little
you mean?
concerned. I'm a little concerned.
Ken starts flexing. He's like, nothing can take me down.
You're
He
just
smiles.
you were
Very
just
cavalier with your
you
actions.
you were just incapacitated by some water. I saw you over in the corner.
Hey, look, what do you mean? Everybody else, it looked good and it felt good, and then everybody else took
Yeah.
some. You know,
Yeah,
I'm just the
on
only
your
one who.
bad word. You were
Yeah.
trying to throw all of us under the bus by
Just-
drinking poison,
And then relieving yourself in the corner of a room like a child.
like in front of the
Sometimes when
goddess,
you gotta go.
goddess of deity. You just urinated in her throne room.
All right.
He points at the triangles. That's the reason I felt like I had to go.
All right.
Whatever, Ken. Keep your shit together. That's all.
Ken points back at you and he's like, you do the same.
Ricardo shoots Ken with one of his new.
Oh shit.
If you do, I'm gonna do my trick where I can just throw projectiles back at you.
Oh,
Better be
Juan puts himself in between Ken and Ricardo. And,
That's a monk
yeah.
thing. I can just throw that shit right back at you, bro.
fellas, let's get out of here and let's find some people we can attack and test some of these new weapons out.
Yeah, I want to see this flame sword you got.
Yeah,
Ken shrugs. He's like, weapons. What do you mean? Oh, and he looks to you. He's like, oh yeah, that thing's crazy.
yeah. Juan's not gonna whip it out because he doesn't know if this thing will be offended that he robbed a
What do you
grave.
mean not whip it out? That thing's always out. It's so big.
Yeah, but it's not on. It's not activated right now. It just looks like a sword. Like I'm not gonna turn it on.
But you have to understand that sword is like as big as you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ken. What I'm saying is I don't want to bust it out in front of this thing that might be offended that I robbed a grave.
Ken shrugs. He's like, I don't know.
I'm sure it would
He-
understand though. But yeah, let's.
Like as we're walking away, he's like thumb over shoulder. He's like, I don't
Yeah.
think greater beings really care about life or death. He's like, doesn't
that's,
matter to them.
it's very deep, Ken. How can we please get out of here?
All right.
All right.
Where's
Okay.
the exit?
If you would like to go back down into the exit of the temple, you can head towards the entrance, or towards that light in the chasm there, which would be over here. And it does look like that's where the path heads.
That's where my vote is.
Are we cool for a quick break? I just gotta run up real quick.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, like, we'll take a break now that you guys are about to exit this ruin.
Yeah, I just have to run up real quick. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Yeah, let's come back in 5. As you exit through this chasm opening, you come into a wooded hillside. And through the tops of the trees of this hillside that you stand on the top of, you kind of look back up above you, and you can see the cliffs of the plateau of Thaymount going up and up and up. In true real-world terms, you were at 15 to 17,000 feet up on Thaymount. In real-world terms now, you have come down at least 10,000 feet. Across the plains of Tiratoros, in front of you, through the treetops, you can see what has to be considered a breadbasket for this country. We're talking fields as far as the eye can see. Over rolling hills that are not very deep and wide, there appears to be villages, farms, hamlets off in the distance. You can see what appears to be a road cutting through some of these hilltops and across some of these farms, going from northeast to southwest. Because you can tell that there's a road there because eventually you can see it leading to what would appear to be a small-sized town, similar to Zul, in size roughly, most likely. Probably about a full day's walk. In front of you, this wooded area that descends further down what would essentially be some foothills off of Thaymount into a forested and then fielded areas before you. You are now off of Thaymount, and if you look back at the map, you are in Tiratoros. So let me just go back to that map, wherever that is. You are probably somewhere north of the town of Haruk. That would be the town that was described to you beforehand by Thorak. And you can see quite a bit of the area beneath you. You think you can see the road into Haruk.
All
Alright, which direction's home?
So you said we can see the road into Haruk.
Ken shrugs and he's like, I never really had a home, so I don't know.
And we're in a wooded area, right?
Yes, it's like a slightly wooded area on this hillside down off of Thaymount at this point.
That was the
Okay.
saddest thing you ever heard Ken say.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, anybody else hungry?
Dude,
I'm
always
a
hungry.
robot,
Audible
so-
gurgle from Ken's stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
You got
Yeah.
any of
Make
that
camp?
slug left over? You guys
Oh
eat?
no, that was that was
You
some
didn't like
bad
that?
meat. Yeah, I don't like it. Ricardo, you wanna do some hunting?
Yes. Say no more.
Yeah.
Ken wants
Yeah,
to do
we
a short
gotta-
rest if we're, pausing.
How about you rest and I'll go on a little hunt?
All right. Ken looks to the robot. He's like, you want to chill while they go on a hunt?
Yeah. Yeah, let's just hang out here. We'll practice punching things. We'll find like some trees or rocks or something.
Ken's like nods. He's like, I need at least 30 minutes to an hour, but yeah, sure.
All right,
I can
first
show you
we'll
a couple
rest.
things.
First we'll rest, and then we'll punch.
Okay. Those of you taking the short rest, go ahead and do so. Those of you who would like to hunt or gather food, make a survival check.
That is a really good short rest.
Let's see. Ricardo, you have basically as much luck as Juan because you are skilled in survival, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
You guys don't come back with much. You are able to get one sort of pheasant-looking creature, and you are able to dig up several roots that you recognize as a cousin of onions in lands to the west towards the Sword Coast. You think that they're safe. You think that they're edible. It's just not a lot. You think that you have a half day's rations for everyone here.
Well, this is embarrassing, Juan. We should split this and pretend this never happened.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to
So you
figure
just
out a
get a
way.
ration.
Yeah. So that we're gonna have to come up with a plan here. So we got that map. Someone's got that map out, I think.
Plus one ration.
Does Roboticus have the map?
Yeah, robots got the map.
Okay. So
Also, during that short rest, I would have taken a closer look at that tuning fork thing too. Totally forgot about that.
Gotcha. What about the tuning fork would you like to see?
I want to see like, does it do any like the tuning forks? You hit them against something and they like make the tone or something, right?
It does. It would make it's strange. It makes the sound of the crackling of logs of like a campfire.
Ooh, that's nice.
Be good
Yeah, Ken, hold out some fire for me real quick.
Okay. Ken lights his hand up.
Like tap it against my metal finger and then hold it into his fire.
Gotcha. And as you do so, it begins to give off a louder and louder sound of the crackling of those logs being burned. And you can see that it seems as if it's being drawn towards the fire as he produces the flame. In fact, Ken, you feel a pull towards this object yourself.
What is this thing?
I pull it out of the fire and like quiet it. This was the key. Some kind of, I don't know, fire magic thing. It's magical. Seems attuned to fire.
Ken looks at you. He's like, I am fire. Weird. Ken thinks to himself. Like, puts out the fire in his hand.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to do?
This is for me.
in Kumbaya.
yeah, we just gotta look at the map and figure out what we want to do. It's like we're outside. You said we're just outside of Herka.
Haruk or whatever that is.
Haruk.
Hurkh.
I read no good. Haruk. And so
Haruk is on fire.
we're outside H Town and
Yeah.
we're trying to get to, I think trying to get to the coast, and we can see. So it looks like we're gonna, should we find like, because one of the maps we have, like the map of the whole world, and when we look at Thay, you can see like that the Solspar and the Mother ones are like towns, and then Tyratarus was like a city, I think, or something. Like it had like the trade symbol. It had like the trade symbol on it, I think.
Let me see. Sorry, where in particular are you saying this?
It's like you know the map where it's like the whole world, and then Thay is
Gotcha.
like red, and then if you zoom in, like you have to like zoom in all the way on that thing, and then each one of the places has like a symbol on it, and then the key in the bottom right of the map says that some of them are
Those are,
towns
yeah.
and some of them
Yep.
are cities.
Towns, cities, strongholds, capitals, so on and so forth. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. So we've tried out a town, and the town was pretty.
Zool.
Yeah, they didn't like us. But we don't know what the towns are like down at the bottom of the mountain. So, yeah, what do you guys think about going to a town
You
versus
want to
city?
go check out a town?
I want to check out a city maybe, because I feel like a city would be like it'd be easier to like
Yeah, the town. I
blend
think
in.
a small town would be more forgiving, as well. I think possibly. There's not going to be like guards per se. It'll
But
just be like,
Zool was a town.
was it? Okay. All right, that's fine then.
Yeah. So what do you think, Ken? You're awfully quiet, uncharacteristically. Okay.
Ken is he's like I don't know, man. He's like staying in these like towns and cities. I don't know.
Well, we
He's
got to
like-
cut
he's
through, and
like,
we could avoid towns and cities and just walk through where we,
He's like, I get beat up everywhere I go, but here seems like especially worse.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
don't like this place.
then let's go around the towns and cities and stay off the roads and just kind of, you know,
Live off the
we'll
land.
cut through, not live off the land. We'll cut through. Eventually, we're gonna have to, go to a city or a town or whatever. But yeah, we could be road bandits. We could do some road banditry. Right, set up put like a giant tree log in the road, wait for some wagon or traders or something to come by, and then pop out, rob them.
Ken like waves out. He's like, I don't want to rob people, man. I just don't want to die. Like,
All right. Well, then where do you think we should go, Ken?
oh, let's stay the course. Just not rob people unless we have to.
Okay. All right. I guess we're looking for a road then.
You don't have to be good like Ken. Ken's trying to be lawful neutral.
Yeah. Oh no, Juan's totally, gonna rob people if it benefits us. He's not worried about that.
Just letting the group know where Ken lies.
Okay. So what do you guys think? Should we stick on the roads and like go to some place, or just cut through like the nothingness that's on the map?
I say to cut through. Fuck it.
Cut through? Yeah. So if we could go like around Haruk, that's what it was. Haruk. If we go around Haruk, that would be fantastic, and head kind of like southeast of Haruk.
Towards Tiratoros, the city?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Would you like to go to the east or to the west of Haruk to do so?
Let's go to the west. I'm trying to think. Yeah.
You want to go towards the road between
What
Haruk and Solzapar?
Okay, so I see it says high road. So the solid red line is a high road, and the dashed line. So what's a high road? Like, do we know what a high road is, or like is that like a highway, medieval highway or something?
Yeah.
Hmm.
In
The main
particular,
straight road usually.
yeah. So there, you can see on the map of Thay itself, the Eastern Way cuts across east to west, going from Pyrodos all the way to Nethjet on the western side of the country, and it cuts directly through Tiratoros. There's also the north-south road from El Tabar all the way down to Bezentur, and the high road cuts through Tiratoros in that direction as well.
Okay. So I guess if we're trying to lay low, then we would avoid the highway and go to the left of Haruk. What we see as our left, like looking at the map left, not like.
And you would try to take the rolling hills basically between Haruk and Tiratoros and just cut through.
Yeah, I mean hills are that's just like it's just hilly. It's not like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just
Sure. Let's do that. What do you?
Okay.
Anybody object?
Ken looks at you and is like, "Why are we hiding?" It's like, "Oh wait, never mind. Okay."
You literally just said you don't want to go to a town or a city because you think people are going to be mean and beat you up.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're doing it.
Okay. Heading towards Haruk is easy enough. You can go from sparsely wooded area to tall grass and fields without issue, without raising too much. There are farms to the north of Haruk. If you would like to bypass them, you can do so with relative ease. If you would like to do so stealthily, I will ask for a stealth check. If you would just like to walk past on things that are not necessarily roads, but like forest hiking trails is probably the best way to describe them. Like something that's like bigger than a hiking trail, and yet things that like lead to hiking trails. It's sort of like a forest road. You know what I mean? Like a weak forest road.
You guys want to raid a farm? Not a raid a farm, but maybe.
Yeah, Ken wants to do stealth.
Yeah, maybe you could like steal some. See what they're farming over there. Maybe snag a pig or some carrots or something.
Ken shrugs. He's like, "I mean, if they got extra," he laughs. Like, "Why not? Grab a couple."
Yeah, I mean we're in survival mode here, Ken. We got to put our morality aside here and just do what we got to do. Live. Okay.
This is like the one time where Ken will bend the rules.
All right. So yeah, Ricardo.
We're like fighting for our lives, you know.
Yeah, Ricardo can also sneak with you. All right, you guys can be stealth buddies and go check out the farm. And
Ken nods. He's like, "I've seen him work. He's all right."
okay, yeah, because it's gonna be a bonding experience. You guys could go from enemies to best friends.
Don't stick
This'll
me
be great.
with Ken.
Look, you gotta do it. It's for the team.
Ken looks at the sword on like Juan's back. He's like, "Yeah, you can't do much sneaking with that thing, huh?"
Yeah, I don't want to. This is a very important mission. Okay,
He's like, "All right,
we
no
gotta
problem."
eat. We gotta eat.
All right. Who would like to go to the farm, and what are you doing in particular?
Apparently, we're getting food.
Sneaking?
All right.
Yeah.
Who which one of you and who's going?
All right. Ricardo's definitely going.
Ken and
Okay.
Ricardo.
Okay, Ken and Ricardo.
All right. I am pulling up an owl bear real quick for us.
This is
how I
what
expected this to go.
this is what our boss ordered us. This is
This
what we're doing.
is how fugitives act. Okay. I've
We
seen
sneak
lots
in
of movies.
fields-
I've seen lots
Sneak
of
in fields and
movies.
take crops.
I mean, kind of true.
And as you approach the farm, you can see that it is a quaint little farmhouse. There are what appears to be that's a pig pen that's closest to you in the north side there. And then there's just like rows of crops to the south. It looks like there's cabbages, corn, a bunch of different things being grown. There's smoke coming out of the chimney from a faint little fire. What would you guys like to do?
Ken looks at the dragon fella and like points two fingers, like one in each eye, then like points them back at him, and then points towards the house, and then like gives it the shush face.
Okay. Ricardo nods. Rolls a stealth check.
Okay.
I guess we're doing that then. Let's.
24.
24 is good enough.
Oh,
And then he's gonna start.
18 for Ken.
Ricardo's gonna point to Ken and shoo him to the left.
Didn't get the good enough check mark. Fuck.
And Ricardo's gonna point to himself and point to the right, suggesting we
18's pretty good.
split up and then converge back onto the house.
Okay.
Boom. I hide here.
Gotcha. And as you do so, where are you going to be, Ken?
Ken's just creeping, trying to make his way towards the crops, because he's got dark vision, so he might be able to get an idea of where they might be.
Gotcha. Okay. You do not see anybody at this time. It is, I believe, I think at this point it would probably be mid-afternoon of the
Oh, so it's
following day.
daytime anyway.
There are pigs in the pen. They're doing their own thing, hanging out,
Taken.
drinking water.
We're taking one of them on the way out. We don't get any rations.
I mean, they're quite large pigs. It's going to be quite the process to bring one of these things out.
Not when it's dead.
Ken's trying to just make his way across and get to the crops.
All
All
right.
right, good.
Continue onwards, Ken and Ricardo, wherever you would like to be.
Hide in the trees. And then
Ken
make
would
our
want
way
to
to
go
the.
across this
Is this
way.
a door that I'm in front of or a window?
That is a door. There is a
All right, well,
door
let's
right
go.
here.
Yeah.
There's a window here. A window here.
All right, boom. That's where we're going. Window.
Ken's moving
Okay.
from like bush to bush, trying to use the bushes for cover.
Gotcha. Your stealth checks are actually both good enough still. Ricardo, as you look in through the dirty, poorly maintained window, you can see what is effectively two Thayan, or you can see two things. There are two Thayans within this house. One of them is a woman asleep in the bed. She looks in her mid-20s, and frankly, she looks quite sickly. She looks frail. She looks ill. Give me a survival or a nature check.
We got a good survival, hopefully. 15.
15. You suspect that she's ill to the point where that she's not long for this world. There is a man standing at what appears to be some sort of kitchen area, chopping vegetables, putting things into a stew, or like prepping things for a stew. His back is turned away from you, and he does not notice you looking through the window. The woman, her eyes are closed. She does not see your snout, your dragonborn's face looking through the window. You sort of duck back down. What else would you like to do?
Is there go around the back, I guess.
Okay.
Is there any windows along the back or no?
There are not.
All right, then I'm just gonna come here and keep an eye. Is there any windows on this side?
Better hog
Uh,
tie him and loot him, right?
There is a window right here.
Typical
Okay.
D&D fashion.
Then Ricardo's gonna post up, jump over this fence or go through it or something, and post up at the window, and just kind of keep an eye, without like looking in. Yeah, try to look in
Okay.
sneakily.
You can see quite a bit more. You can see that the man is still there. Give me another stealth check at this point.
Hanging on.
17.
Okay, good enough.
Then at this point, gonna try to like duck below the window, but keep an eye on the window, and like just see if Ken gets spotted at all. Just kind of keep a lookout on that
Okay.
window. See
Okay.
if anyone looks out it.
Ken, what are you doing?
Ken is he saw the fucking like we sort of like split up like right around here. Like he went for the house, I went that way towards the crops.
Mhm.
And so he kind of like glances over and sees the dragon guy sort of like, making his way around the house like, "Oh shit." He's like, "All right, he's busy. I better get busy." And then he goes up and starts trying to fill his pockets of any of these crops that look like they're ready to go.
Okay. Give me a survival check, and that'll give us some sort of level of how much you're able to grab.
15.
Okay. You're able to grab 2 nicely sized cabbages, 7 ears of corn, and if you would like to go further in, there are beans and radishes over here, where Ricardo is. But if you want to just stay in this area, that you can only get cabbage and corn.
I'm fine with just like whatever's in the immediate area. I just try to get like a couple rations basically.
And you do so without issue. Ricardo, you can see that the man, you can hear him talking, and you hear the sound of boots, and if you glance, he is moving away from you into the other room at this point.
Alright.
We'll mostly cut that off, actually.
Plus 2 rations for Ken.
I would say you get enough for like for 1 ration per
1
group
ration for
leader,
Ken.
actually. So 4 rations total. Yeah.
Okay. Wait,
Is there anything
four,
else you guys would like to do?
4 and not 2? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 1 for each of us.
Okay. All right. So there we
Um,
go. Rations, boys.
We want to leave this guy alone. Good, Ken.
Ken's like stuffing a bunch of corn and shit like in his bag. He's like, "It's good enough for me." And just like goes back into the darkness.
All right, Ricardo will retreat carefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would need stealth checks from both of you. Ken, I would like disadvantage because your arms are stuffed full of crops.
Fair. It's fair. Oh, and that's a 6 for a stealth check for Ken.
Okay, where are you? What is your path that you are heading?
Probably a straight line back.
So I'd be going like, would have just been like snatching up crops here and then just going back this way, like the way we came.
Okay. As you get to about this point, you trip on a root, you fall prone, and it freaks the pigs out. Ricardo, you can be
Yeah.
wherever you like. You were stealthy enough to be able to extract yourself if you so wish. Or you could be behind the pigsty. But the pigs begin squealing and screeching. And in fact, they all run over to this side because you are making a commotion.
Ken goes, "Suey, suey," trying to calm down.
Gotcha. Make a animal handling check.
Animal handling. Oh my god. 6.
Oh no.
Ken has the worst rolls. He's staying true to his fucking name.
Where are you posted at, Ricardo? Are you in that location?
Yeah. Yep.
So he's
Okay.
making them yell louder, basically.
You suddenly hear this man speaking in a Thayan accent. What is this? What this be? And he begins to walk out, and he doesn't notice you, Ricardo. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah. Draw my bow and just aim it at him.
And he hears the pull of the drawstring and stops in his tracks.
And then I'm assuming Ken is
Ken tries to
moving
get to
on
his
at this
feet.
point.
Ken tries to get to his feet and lights his fist afire if he does.
Oh God, no.
You,
Well, Ricardo would just tell the guy,
you are not Thayan?
yeah,
Who
we
are
mean
you?
no harm.
Why are you
We mean
stealing
no
from our
harm.
farm?
Get back. Wait. What? Why do you think we're stealing from your farm?
That one has crops all about him. He points at Ken.
Yeah, we've been
Ken,
foraging
Ken
in the
would, Ken,
forest.
Ken would
Get
be
back
getting
in
to
your
his
house
feet,
right
lighting his
now.
fists up, and then like moving closer towards them as you guys are talking.
Okay, are you guys attempting to intimidate him? What is going on here?
I'm
Yes.
giving him the out to go back inside.
Yeah, Ken's trying to intimidate him for sure.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
that's right. Yeah, it is an intimidation. Like we mean, get inside.
Either both of
do
you
it.
roll intimidation or one of you with advantage.
You do it, Ricardo, not Ken.
All right. I don't have any modifiers on it, but
It's better than Ken probably.
okay. A 10.
And he looks at you and he goes, I will not take orders from non-Thayans. And he spits on the
God.
ground. And as he spits, you can see one of his hands moving for something on his belt.
Ken goes, take orders to this then, and then shoots his cantrip at him.
All right, go ahead and let me just toss together a quick encounter.
Yes. Kill him.
Kill the farmer. Kill the farmer. He's literally just trying to survive, and here comes us.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, 19 will do.
All right. Go ahead, Ken. What would you like to do?
Ken, well, like I was saying before we cut scene, Ken is gonna cast his cantrip on this man's.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
He is able to duck and dodge and dive away from this as
Ken-
you are casting this on
Ken
him.
looks at his fist in disbelief and is like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" and turned.
Okay. That actually brings us to the farmer, who will go for the knife on his belt, and immediately try to strike at Ricardo, who has the bow in his face. Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
He will strike at you and fail, and that will be his turn. That is your turn, Ricardo.
Ricardo would tell him, I'll give you one last chance to pretend this never happened, or your significant other in there is gonna die alone.
Persuasion check.
And Ken
Or
looks at you.
intimidation check, it's up to you.
Ken looks at you and says, "Yeah, I'm actually really strong. That was just a fluke." Looks at his fist.
Persuasion. I don't know. I'm not very persuasive. Oh, well, maybe I am.
Oh, today you are.
Okay.
And that 20.
He seems to understand, and he's willing to back off, and he begins to like creep back towards the door. If that would be your turn, it will next be Ken's turn.
Ken shrugs and is like, "I told you I was strong," and then looks at Ricardo for waiting for his move because this guy seems like he's backing off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll let him go?
Yeah, but before he does, Ricardo.
Ken doesn't want to kill the farmer.
Yeah, I know you don't. I don't want to kill the farmer either. Goodberry. I'm gonna cast Goodberry and give him 2.
Okay.
And then
As he's about
let
to
him go.
enter, you cast the spell, and sprigs of
And I say
mistletoe.
for your troubles, and say 1 for you and the misses.
No, I don't. We don't do magic. And he like quickly like runs inside and like slams the door shut and locks it. And you can hear the lock like turning over.
Ken looks at you and he's like, "Fuck was that? Let's get out of here, fucking weirdo." It's
Alright,
like
let's go.
making fun of the guy for like being scared of magic.
Let's get back. Let's get back to the boys.
Yeah.
Do you pick up all the crops?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anything else?
Nah, it's got some rations for the boys.
Ken, one last question.
Shoot.
You like pigs?
Ken looks at the pigs and mouth waters. He's like, yeah, who doesn't?
Ricardo will then cast Speak with Animals.
Ooh, okay.
Why do you want to talk to them before you eat them?
Well, I was told that the pigs are going to be big and cumbersome, so I'm going to try to convince one to come with us, and then we'll slaughter him at the campsite.
Oh my god, that's cold.
It is cold. So Ricardo's going to try to convince one of the pigs to follow him.
Okay, go ahead
Open a
and
gate or something.
yeah, roll persuasion check.
A 12?
Okay.
And
Actually,
a good berry in hand?
if you want, you can roll animal handling instead. I'm sorry.
Oh, animal. Oh,
That's probably better for you as a ranger, right?
yeah. I mean, I have +3, but that would give me a
Hey, that's good.
15. Well, I know.
Yeah, we can call it a 15 if you want. I'm gonna say that you're able to convince the pig to follow you with the promise of the good berry and more.
We'll just
So
have a
you'd like
pet
to-
pig follow us back to camp.
Gotcha. Give you one of these porkers. There you go.
Ken looks back at you and he's
All right,
like,
let's go, pig.
and then looks at himself. He's like, "Are we the pigs?" And he thinks about his new leader with the flame sword. He's like, "Are we the pigs?"
I hope not.
All right, you guys make it back to where Juan and Roboticus are waiting. Pig
Nice.
in tow.
So, how'd it go? Looks like
Ken,
looking
once
like pretty
again-
well.
Ken pops open his bag and shows you all the crops. He's like, we got some food. And then he points to the pig. He's like, we got that too.
Nice. Did anybody see you?
Yeah, Ken tried to throw again.
Ken nods vigorously.
I took
He's like,
care of it.
yeah, there's some farmer. He almost
Okay.
got us."
I assume you took care of him.
Ken shakes his head. He's like, no, he's good. We let him go. He
He's
gave
good
us
at
this
magic.
pig and
Don't
points to the
bother
pig.
One size. Well, hey, pig is good stuff. So, how long would it take for us to turn this thing into some rations?
Wanna try
I'm
out your
gonna
new
s- I'm gonna say
sword
it's
and-
gonna be a few hours.
Chop him in half with your new big sword.
A few hours. Well, I'm not gonna use my great sword for that.
Ken
What if
starts
you-
meditating. If you
wait a
guys are
minute.
like about to butcher this thing, he just like start meditating.
But if you light it on fire, would it cook the pig as he chopped it? Is it that hot?
I'm gonna say no. He would kill the pig and maybe like cauterize whatever
Yeah.
he slices through, but it doesn't cook it.
I think you and those survival instincts and those quick hands, Ricardo, would probably be the best
You want
option
me to
for
butcher it up? Is that what you're telling me?
carving this thing up. I got a dagger. I don't know. Does anybody have any tools or anything that would like?
I do have a dagger as well.
Okay, well, there you
Ken
go.
shows you his cooking utensils. Like, I can cook it once you butcher it.
Oh, I have a battle axe. Would a battle axe be better for
That'd be a
chopping?
bit, probably a
Is
bit
how big's a battle
overdo it a little bit.
Two-handed? Well, I don't have a battle axe. I was
I think the
expecting-
great axe is the two-handed. Battle axe is the one-handed.
Oh, then maybe I do have a battle axe. Yeah, I got a battle axe. I got a one-handed
Yeah.
like chopper.
I guess so it's gonna take a couple hours for him to do this, but we don't want to probably don't want to travel with like a pig. So
Well, if it was butchered up, I mean.
no,
Well, listen,
I'm saying like a live
we
pig.
camp it.
I'm
Yeah,
saying our
are we
only
gonna-
option is to do it right now.
Butchered up.
Well, when are we gonna camp and like long rest and do our thing?
How long have we been awake for? Like when was our?
Yeah, we're not a timer anymore. We can long rest whenever.
You guys long rested in the at the first shrine, the
Yeah.
first fountain.
First shrine, right?
So you've been awake for I want to say like it's been a day, or like 8 or 10 hours or so.
Yeah, I think it's about time to settle up camp and have
Yeah.
dinner and start a new day.
Yeah, let's take care of business and then
Yeah, once it's late day, evening, let's go to bed, boys.
Now let's set up a camp. I'll butcher the pig. You guys,
Have a celebratory
Yeah,
meal. We got
and
some
then
pork, we got some veggies. We're gonna have a feast,
then we'll
boys. I'm gonna use my cooking utensils.
we'll get ambushed by a gang of farmers out looking for the
we're
people who robbed them.
no, we're using my cooking utensils. We're gonna have a hell of a meal tonight, boys.
Okay.
Ken's getting the boys amped up for the meal. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm amped. Let's celebrate.
Okay. You guys kill the pig, begin having a feast of bacon and cabbage and corn, maybe with a good berry sprinkled in if you so wish. It is quite the camping meal, frankly. Where did you set up camp?
Well, I think that farm was north of the town, right?
I feel like
Yes.
if there was any woods, we'd probably be looking for somewhere with a little bit of cover.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely wooded area.
Can I just get a group survival check on where you set up camp, just to make sure that it's like sort of tucked away somewhere?
kind of check.
Group survival.
Hook it up. Oh, 20. 2 20s.
That's a nat 20.
How about you, Roboticus? Did we lose him?
Robot.
Maybe.
Might-
I don't
Beep
think so
boop.
though.
Probably was walking his dog.
Gotta power him on.
When we bench him for 10 minutes, he usually leaves.
Fair enough. Here, let me. I might be able to roll for him.
Yes.
Power of the DM.
It is pretty powerful.
I enjoyed watching that scene. I mean, I didn't know what like
You get an 8.
what was gonna happen. That was
The farm raid?
I could tell you guys didn't want to kill him, but I was
I have to
I didn't want to
Well,
peer
we
pressure.
would have if we had to.
Yeah, I
I have
didn't
to
want to
play
peer
my
pressure.
character.
Yeah, I didn't want to peer pressure you into it, but
Ideally I'd like to be bad, but I
Well, if
can't.
that's the
with
case,
the
you need to tell us before we leave. No loose ends.
I make Ken a good
well,
guy,
I'll
so
remember that. Yeah.
sorry.
Well, yeah, I don't want to force anybody to commit murder if they really don't want to do it.
My
So that's
my
the thing. It's
instinct
like,
is to be bad, but Ken is not
my
bad.
instinct.
It's easier. It's cleaner.
All right. So
Okay.
how was our check?
Your check was successful.
Nice.
You do not have any issues throughout the evening and into the night. You are able to have a fire. You're able to cook as much of this pig as you would like into rations, to the point where I will say this is where the encumbrance rules for the first time ever are going to come into play for me. You guys can add as many rations as you can carry up to your encumbrance.
Oh,
The
okay.
rations are going to weigh, how much do they normally weigh?
Let's see.
Pigs in a blanket.
Just pork meat for days.
It's going to be pork and cabbage and corn for days.
So isn't? I mean, that's fine and all, but are my good berries like? Are those are full rations, right?
They are full rations, technically.
Okay.
But
Alright.
now we don't need them for
Oh, I
adventuring.
know.
At least we can just eat our own food.
It does save you a spell slot, which is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's spell versus carry weight, which usually has no bearing, but
We
least
we
in
at
my
least
I
have
would
enough
never
for the
think about it.
like foreseeable future.
Yeah, good berries
Yeah,
are
it's
dope,
like-
but we don't want to rely on you doing that every time for our food.
Okay.
Yeah.
It gives you more options, especially if you
Okay.
have what's it called,
Rope trick.
utility stuff. There you go.
Okay.
Wait, was that a snore?
Was that Robot Man?
Oh shit! It
think
might have
so.
been.
One call.
how many rations did
Call.
you guys take?
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's
Why do I not have Penguin in my phone?
I took
Maybe under something
I'll
else.
get them. Just give me a minute.
I took 50 rations.
Holy shit.
So it was 100. It's 100 pounds
Shit.
total. If I have to drop some, I'll drop them. But
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's
yeah,
100 pounds total. And where does it says you're carrying 200 pounds?
it says 199 out of 270.
Holy shit!
Oh, because you're strong. Do you have a? I
Yeah,
feel like I'm
I'm
strong.
very strong.
Oh no, I'm not. I maybe switched it off. What does it even say? I think
But right now that's
Damn one.
we got some currency.
manage inventory.
Oh,
I think he's out.
no.
Longbow, battle axe, arrows.
It's okay. He doesn't
Oh,
need rations
encumbrance.
anyways.
Lifting and carrying. Ooh. Oh, I have 195 carrying capacity.
Yeah, there you go.
Still pretty
That's
high.
like a comical amount of weight.
It is, right? 200
Yeah.
pounds.
2 pounds per. So, and
I'm just thinking like
All right, well,
So-
I only want 10 just based off of like.
I have 150 carrying capacity.
Yeah. I just want 10. I don't even want any rations. You guys carry them. I'm just gonna eat good berries.
all right.
No, I'll take 10. I mean, why not?
Yeah, just
That's
take
like,
we don't
something.
need to-
backpacking
We don't need.
with
We don't need
100
to.
like
Yeah.
50-pound backpack for backpacking is like insanely heavy.
Yeah, it is.
Say what is there? Rucksack or whatever.
Yeah.
A ration.
It'll be like exhausting just carrying it around when it's like that heavy.
I mean, we'll roll with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody's got their rations. You guys get a full rest if you so wish. You are tucked away in a safe camp at this point in time. If there's anything you would like to do there, you may do so.
Well, I think we're
The long
is there
the
any-
long
good.
rest is big for me.
Yeah, and you
Okay.
everyone, did you attune with your sword on?
yeah, I should probably
That
It's still
attuned
got
up?
its negative features, but he's attuned, yes.
do that.
Just want to make sure he's attuned to it.
Gotta click the
Um,
button, you know what I mean?
Take some time. It takes time to attune to it, man.
One.
I would
you
need to attune to
actually-
mine.
Yeah, you do need to attune to yours.
Yeah,
You
I'm
should
gonna
both
attune to
be
my
able to
blade.
find the items in D&D Beyond now. I might need to share them with you. But if you search for Mouthful of Flames, it should show up, I think.
And what was mine called?
So it's not just
just
the flame tongue
you make a
great
special
sword. It's
bow with that?
like
It's like a special homebrew one that I just made. So if you search for
oh.
that, and if you search for...
Oh, that might take me a minute, but I can figure it out. Nice.
Where did I put that?
Yeah, just
My
you need-
homebrew
I think
collection.
you just might need to have your character have homebrew enabled.
Yeah. Let's see. Homebrew content.
And it's Mistress
that.
Voice. Let me... Those are the two weapons.
Mistra's voice.
And I can
Well,
try
see
to
if I
help
can
add
find
it to
it.
your sheet as
Yeah.
well.
I'll do that after we're done. I don't want to
Okay.
do that.
Free
Slow
key.
things down right now.
Gotcha. Let's
Yeah, it's not finding Mistra.
see. Okay. We can
Unless I
figure
have
that
to
out
change
later.
the settings to try to find it, maybe. But whatever. Yeah.
It's all
Oh,
good.
hold on. Add custom. Oh, this is to make a custom item. Never mind.
It's like your initial settings when you make your character.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to check off homebrew stuff.
Yeah. Homebrew content. Boom. And now if I go to equipment and
Yeah, if there's something you
there
guys
it
would like
is.
to do during the camping, you may
Ooh,
do
found
so.
it.
Oh, nice.
We're at it, baby. And we are attuned.
Very nice.
Added and attuned, baby.
Uh-huh.
Just make sure you take the regular longbow off.
Yeah, yeah. I want to keep both. No, you're right. I replaced it.
Yeah,
I think if you
anything
mega
during the
longbow.
rest. you may do so. Otherwise, you guys can decide which direction to head.
Yeah. So right now we're north of that town, right? That whose name I don't know how to pronounce.
Yep.
And then we're gonna pass by it on the left, like
Okay.
on the Solzapar side.
Let's see.
Give it a
So
wide berth.
as you make your way to the south, you will have to make your way past farms, and you will have to make your way eventually across the road between Haruk and Solzapar. It is going to be a half day's march to be able to do so. Would you like to do so stealthily? How would you like to do this?
Is it light out?
It is. It is a typical day in the breadbasket of Thay. There is a beautiful golden glow to the morning sunshine, similar to the image currently in Owlbear.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is just like the
Not a lot of
Tuscan
cover, though.
countryside.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just try to sneak through in a comical fashion.
Yes. Everybody's tiptoeing.
Yeah. And hiding behind each tree on the road as we get to it.
Yeah. We're turning into Looney Tunes here.
And as you make your way through copse of trees where you can, taking short rests there to get water, any snacks that you might need, you stick to the gullies of the hillsides to try to stay out of view from the farms and the other things, the other homes and domiciles in the area. Go ahead and roll either a survival or stealth check.
15 stealth.
My
Alright.
stealth. Ooh.
Oh no, Juan.
Yeah. Cue the music.
Ricardo, no, 10.
I
Yeah.
know, mine was bad too.
Just roll
We're gonna
for
have
Roboticus.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to
Roboticus
fight our
needs
way
a.
out of
I think Roboticus needs a nat 20 for
He
this
was
to
rolling
work.
hot all night.
Not anymore. DM's curse, baby. You guys are definitely seen at different points in time by some of the farmers. Nobody approaches you. You are seen from a distance, however, and you are just passing by either through or around their land. One waves casually, doesn't really care, just seems to notice you. One comes out from behind a bush as you are going along a farm path and seems surprised, but then sees you, Juan, in your armor and regalia, and gives a fist to chest in the same salute that you've seen before. Gives really strange looks, however, to Ken and Ricardo. Confused, concerned.
Ken,
Moving
Ken,
along.
Ken like holds up his fist and like kisses it, then looks at the guy.
It's the same guy.
It is not the same guy, but this individual does seem to be afraid of you and begins to run back towards his home.
Ricardo pops one of his good berries in his mouth to mock the man. No, I'm joking.
So okay, so we've been spotted. And okay,
Ricardo would look at Juan and say, "You want me to take care of him, Juan?"
Ken shrugs and is like, "What do you mean we've been spotted? What do you mean?"
was it like a kid or an adult that saw us?
So it was like an older farmer.
An
Generally.
older farmer. Oh, okay.
Ken shrugs and like, "That guy was a pussy."
All right.
Yeah, let's just keep moving.
Juan would encourage the group to move at a quick speed. Like let's move quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, pass through
And you
here.
do so. You continue to do so
Yeah.
until you come to the road at Haruk. Or south of Haruk, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sort of to the southwest. The road appears as such. A lot of you are able to be up here at the top if you so wish. Does not look like there's an easy way down. This looks to be some sort of camping area. There is a crevice in the rock here. It's not clear if it's like a cave. It might just be like an overhang more than anything. But this is the sort of place that you would expect travelers to stay. In fact, there are the remnants of what appears to be a campfire over in this area, smoldering as if somebody had stayed here recently, probably last night. The road is currently barren in both directions, and it looks like it's not in bad shape and well worn and used by carts moving back and forth between Haruk and Solzapar. I think it was Solzapar. Yeah, Solzapar. Um, there are currently no individuals in sight. Would you like to cross the road to the south?
Well, if there's no one in sight, I feel like we would cross the road.
How would you like to get down? This is a
Oh, that's a good
roughly a 10 or
question.
15-foot drop in most spots. It's a
Camel
little
jump.
difficult.
And it's a 10-foot drop is something we can do
You-
without taking fall damage, right?
Anything beyond that, you would take fall damage. The 15-foot drops, it's a little tough to judge in some of these spots, to be honest.
And can we just jump without looking?
Okay. And is it completely level, or is there any part that dips down like a little bit?
It's pretty. I mean, it's a pretty steep angle for most of it, to the point where like you're either gonna jump down or you got to use some sort of climbing tool down.
Juan,
Bryce,
um,
can't jump.
Juan will try to rock climb his way down. Like, are there visible rocks I could just like hold on to and just try to like
You could attempt to do so, yeah.
cliffhanger this thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Do I have to roll for that, like athletics maybe? Or
Yeah, I think that's either an athletics or some other check that you
is that
think
a-
is.
okay, that's a
Wow.
7. That was like a 1. Like, goddamn.
That's good. That's good
Yeah.
enough. You're able to use one or two handholds and then drop yourself down with a loud clunk with your armor on and everything. But you are able to successfully make it down. I will just do the same for Roboticus real quick. I'll say acrobatics for him, because he's pretty skilled at that.
Nice.
Cool. He is down as well. How would you like to get down, Ricardo?
Let's just jump on down.
Okay, roll me a d6.
5.
Okay. You successfully navigated the right place to jump down. You do not take damage in this instance.
Ah!
It was a
Made it,
5 or
boys.
6 that you needed. As you all finally make it down to the bottom, you can hear what sounds like two different groups coming from opposite directions. There are clearly the sound of boots and gear moving from the north and the east, probably coming from Haruk.
Oh shit.
Sound of marching foots, or the marching feet, and the clanging of metal on metal. From the southwest, and you can begin to see a group approaching. There are 3 carts, multicolored, special looking, interesting looking, colorful. In fact, as you hear them, and you see one of the groups and you can hear the other coming from the opposite direction, you suspect that they will cross paths just to the south of you, where you would like to cross the road. What would you like to do?
So these two groups are traveling on the road, just coming from
Yes.
different spots. Okay, so we got one that's clearly like some kind of military unit, and one that sounds like probably traders or something.
Give me a perception check, actually, because you can see the one with the wagons to the southeast.
Okay, I rolled a 7, so
Yeah, I mean the wagons are a little strange. You don't really know what they might
yeah.
be used for, but the fact that they're colorful and, in fact, it looks like there might be a dwarf on one of the wagons driving the horses. on this
Okay.
one wagon in the front, which feels unusual to you.
Yeah, where
Hmm.
there's dwarfs, there's giants. From what I've learned.
Well, you guys want to lay low and see what happens when these two parties cross path, or
You don't think they're onto us, do you? Think we're
I mean, as far as that person who saw you guys, it's just like the two of
It
you,
was
and
just
you were
some
just
farmer.
like
I
you
mean,
were
even if
just
he did tell on
yeah.
us, I mean, we're long gone by now.
So yeah, I think we
Okay.
should wait, hide behind these trees, and maybe wait to see like what happens. We're just on like at a regular road, right? This isn't even the highway. So
Yeah, this is like one of those dotted lines between Haruk and Solzapar.
okay, what you think there, Ken?
Kemp gives you the thumbs up. He's like, "It sounds good."
Yeah, we're gonna lay low in the trees and wait for these parties to cross paths.
Give me what was your perception check for
It
that? That was a
was
7.
it was a 7.
What's your passive perception?
Passive is a 12.
That's actually good enough, however, to see that as you jump down, now that you're on this level, you think you could slip into that little cave enough to ensure that you are not spotted if you so wish.
But would we be able to see who the people are from there?
You'd have to investigate to find out.
Yeah, I think I feel like we should be snooping, right?
Worth a shot.
Yeah, we'll snoop. We choose snoop.
Okay, where would you like to hide within the bushes and the trees here?
Yeah, probably just these trees that were like right in front of us, like right where I put my guy.
Okay. I'll bring Bodicus over. I think I heard another snore.
Yeah.
Robot!
Beep boop.
That's it.
Well,
All right, he's getting muted now.
I was about to say.
Yeah. It's time.
Well, who's
Hard
gonna know if he
penguin.
comes back though?
Well, no one.
Not me.
He can message.
I gotta be honest. That happened to me once, and I was yelling at like you guys when I woke up. I was like, I'm here, and I was on mute
Yeah.
for everybody.
You were a ghost.
This is how it goes. Yeah, he's capable of texting, the group chat. So
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, I would need a stealth check from everybody, please.
See, I made the decision knowing this was coming. Oof.
Here's Roboticus's.
Oof.
stealth, you say?
We need big rolls from Ken and Ricardo right now.
All right, for stealth, I got.
Oh, I
Ooh.
rolled a 1. Big 1.
Ready your bow, Ricardo.
Big
do I even-
1.
Do I even have to roll, or should I just use my time to prepare for battle?
Yeah.
Roll.
It was
Roll
just as
one
bad.
with
I rolled
Ken.
I rolled a 4, so it was just as bad.
There. So, as these groups begin to converge, I don't really want to call it. Let me think about this.
I feel like I just have to bet on Ken rolling once. Like at this point.
We should split up.
I think what I'm going to do is I am going to set the scene, and then I think we're going to call it a little early for tonight. And the way that we're going to do this is that we are going to have the regiment of Thayan Knights that are marching along with, let me find the other thing.
That guy's fancy.
There is a
as fuck.
troop of undead with them in tow. And they will be rounding the corner as the carts also round the corner. Both groups will see you. Let me just put 3 more of these. Sorry. And one of these guys.
Oh no.
I will bring forward, I don't have the setup necessarily for the caravan yet, but there is a caravan, 3 carts, the first led by a dwarf, the second led by an elf, and the third led by a dragonborn. They will be rounding the corner as well, and all 3 groups will see each other. We will start there next time. I definitely think I want Roboticus awake for that.
Yeah.
And I want to prep the group in the caravan a little bit more. That was the one thing I didn't get to in my prep today.
And I think we're taking next
Yeah,
week
I feel
off
like
too, right?
we
So I
threw
don't
you a
wanna,
lot of
like,
Yeah.
curveballs. Threw you a lot of curveballs.
No, it's all good.
But you had that farm. You had that farm pretty quick.
I was able to grab something pretty fast. I have a bunch of sources now. Like there's a Reddit thread called Battle Maps, for example, that I'm able to find things on pretty quickly. So
The gang wants to rob the farmers. Oh, I got that.
Yeah, that was just for like. Yeah,
A
that was just
tease.
for like let's see what happens. Like,
I was more impressed. I was able to find those like pig tokens that worked.
oh
pretty
yeah,
well.
those look
That
good.
was the.
Yep.
But anyways, good game this week, guys, and we will pick it up after Thanksgiving on what is that going to be, like the 3rd of December or something?
Sounds
Fourth of
about
December.
right.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Good game, everybody. And just an aside, I know that like we are now roughly halfway through this campaign. Maybe like I think we're thinking 12 to 15 sessions for this, and this was the 6th session. Maybe begin to think of the sort of things that you would like to do for the next campaign. But loosely, more than anything.
Right on.
Got to survive this one first.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
True.
Yeah. Did we get any XP today?
Yeah, everybody gets 1,000 XP for specifically for solving the puzzle and getting the flame tongue. More than anything else, but like you guys survived a bunch of different things and you made your way here, so go ahead and take 1,000
Yeah, I don't
each.
think I did any. Did we get any last time? I don't think
Yes.
I added it. Did other people?
Uh,
Did we do that at the end of the session?
I think I added it. Yeah.
Yeah, we should be with this
Oh, okay.
1,000. We should be at 12,440.
which puts you pretty close to the 14,000 at this point.
Okay, yeah, that's what I got.
I have the same number.
I mean,
Lynch, so yeah.
if we do this fight and we clean up, although I see one of those fellas with the mask.
Oh yeah. Well, we still got a call in our favor from the guy we saved.
Who did we save?
We freed the guy from prison, the big boss man. He owes us a favor.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
our servant now.
I wouldn't
yeah.
get your hopes up on that.
Yeah, that's not gonna
Well,
happen.
you let
he,
me
he was
talk
ready
to
to just
him.
like kill us.
Well, I'll deal with him if he is not being grateful to the group that freed him. I'll remind him that we'll put him right back.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
That's a take.